Here we go. Hey, Blue Table fans! It's an extra special Monday morning shockwave of happiness. Thank goodness it's Monday. I don't know about you, but I love Mondays. And right now I know you're scanning for sarcasm. You're like, sarcasm? It's clean. He really does love Mondays. Yeah, I do. I can't wait. I was up at 5:30 this morning. I'm like, let's go. Thank goodness that weekend's over. No, the weekend was awesome too. So what I want to do is give you, this is like along the lines of the business ramble, and I know you guys love those. You just can't get enough. It's, I want to give you like you know, this is great. This will be like those two balcony Muppets up there. Hold on, let's take a look. Let's see who is chuckling back here.
We all know who it is.
Jan. So, by the way, look at this. This is now admin. So there's a whole team. They're not all here right now, but there's a whole team of people to back up your project. When you call Blue Table Painting, 4 phones ring. And that's what we do. We bring professionalism and follow-up to the miniatures painting industry. What?
And we just let the phones ring, right?
No, we don't. We love to answer them. All right, anyway, he's joking. Okay, so anyway, but before I tell you about Gen Con, I must tell you the tale of the salted pretzel. Right, he's heard it. So we're at Gen Con, and Rob and I go up to a, this kiosk where they're selling like greasy peasant food, right? And on the menu it says salted pretzel, unsalted pretzel. And Rob says, I'll take 1 salted pretzel, please. The gal says, I'm sorry, but we're out. We only have unsalted pretzels. And he says, well, could you salt the pretzel for me? And this big old burly surly chef appears from the back, and he says, give me his pretzel. I'll salt it for him. And he takes the pretzel behind the wall. And Rob and I are like, we're trying to... And we're looking at the guy, we're like, is this the normal thing? She's like, I don't know what's going on. So he comes out with the pretzel, and it's got salt crystals on it, right? And he says, this may not be Burger King, but you can still have it your way. And he disappears. So here's Rob with his pretzel in his hand. And he's looking at me, boom, and I'm like, looks legit, down the hatch, pal. Shannon's on the BTP intercom system, which is you yell loud enough that you can hear it. She's up here.
I want an intercom system, so if you don't give me one.
It's called Skype, Shannon. You Skype or text them. Is Sarah in there?
No, I thought she said Tara.
Oh, Tara. She's downstairs. Oh, okay. Here she comes. All right, folks. So here's the deal. We went to Gen Con, and we were just kind of like, we called it questing nights, because we weren't planning on going. We've been doing great just going to, you know what, it's too loud in here. Oh, that's better. Isn't that better? I'm in the conference room. So we went to Gen Con questing night style. Me and Rob just got plane tickets, regular entry tickets, and boy, we probably got more networking done than anybody in that hall. So Gen Con has like this huge map. It's last I heard it was 27,000 people come to it. So it's like 13 times the size of Adepticon, which is the biggest 40K thing I think that there is. So this is the map. The vendors hall is just like this much of the map. We spent 2 full days, mostly split up to cover more ground, and we did not make it through the, we didn't even make it through the vendors hall to see everything that there was to see. It was really incredible. You gotta get out there. People really bring their A game to this place. And we are definitely going next year if they'll have us. And yeah, we're doing plans for that right now. And it is high time that Blue Table Painting, took it out of second gear and ramped it up. And so we have tons of new ideas. We are doing artists in pods now, which is 4 artists per pod, and they all work in tandem on a single project. And so I'm extremely excited to see to see what comes out of that. It can't be worse because they're all competent, wonderful, talented artists who are dedicated. Everyone's like really ramped up about this. It's fantastic. And our objective is to start pushing down that turnaround time up to, as you know, the dream, not something we're doing right now. It's still like 3 to 6 weeks. Embarrassingly, we've gone over that, which is still great for this industry. The miniatures painting industry is being, I believe, vastly underserved by, where do you even go to have it done? So tell people it's Blue Table Painting. We are taking it seriously and have built up the correct infrastructure and know-how all of these many years. So yeah, it's conventions for us. Oh yeah, I love Gen Con so much, and we really had an adventure. Our hotel room was, I won't tell you what hotel it was, but it was about 5 miles away, and it was pretty bad. So book your rooms well in advance for Gen Con. It was next to a truck stop, trees full of fruit bats. No, they were actually birds, but we, in our minds, it was just like bats for like roosting there. An acid factory. I don't know what kind of factory it was, but it's this factory on the other side. And apparently, what we thought was an automotive parts store, but actually was a strip club. And so we almost went there for dinner, and then it was like, as we're kind of driving by it, we're like, wait a minute, that's a strip joint. So there's that. And it was, our hotel was comically bad. It was, a planes, trains, and automobiles experience. But it's important to have those things because when you have challenges, it helps prepare you and give you lessons and help you appreciate the good thing when it finally does come, to be able to receive that properly with gratitude. Okay, so who did we meet at Gen Con? We met Mercs, a ton of people. I'm going to leave some off. I just have this pile of business cards. I'm just shuffling through them. We met Mercs Minis, which to me was one of my top 3 definitely of up-and-coming businesses that I really liked. I did a video on them, so you've seen them. We can't wait to get back in touch with them. So they were really cool. There were a lot of booths, obviously that had nothing to do with what we were doing, but we still did stop and talk to them. I liked Arnate, which is an army builder program type thing for RPGs, and we really like them. Fantasy Flight, obviously that's the big leagues. It's Fantasy Flight, but we did make some inroads with them, and I can't give you any details on it. But we are moving ahead with something for them. Tabletop Gaming News, don't know much about them. DreamPod 9, we loved DreamPod 9. Those guys really were great, and they have that balance of where they've been around a long time, but they're not so successful that they become corporate and insular. And they're down to earth. They have an extensive product line. I don't know about their games, but I need to know about them. And we really love DreamPod 9. Let's see here. Paizo, got to meet second in command at Paizo. That was pretty exciting. I was a little fanboy, but they were really super nice. That is really a great company, and we did like them. Cool Mini or Not has a lot of really amazing stuff coming up. They've been making games, and some really good games, and let me tell you, Cool Mini really is the tops in terms of presentation and the quality of the product that they let come through. Fantastic. We've got Catalyst Game Labs, that's books and RPGs. Again, like Paizo, not really our thing, even though Paizo does miniatures for their RPGs, which to us is very interesting. Catalyst, if I remember right, they're doing Shadowrun, and that's what kind of like, bam, that just stuck in my head. It's like, look at all these great Shadowrun products they're putting out. So I think they're on like 5th edition, and it was just, like always, super high quality, great art, imaginative, and dense text, like very dense text. I'm going to be doing, I met the guys that produce Hellfrost, which is an RPG. So they gave me a book, and I'm excited to look through that. So let's see, what else we got? Artists, lots of artists there, tons of artists trying to make it. So good for them, says I. We met Joe from the War Store. He was really super personable. We met Steve from Miniature Market. We really liked him, and very, very exciting. Here's a mystery business card, Hitmouse. So I don't know what their deal is, but I'm going to find out. Like I said, we were split up a lot of the time, so we have yet to coordinate. Oh, you know who? Here's a top company in our book, is War Games Factory. And they produce generic sci-fi and historicals, plastics. And let me tell you, their price point is pretty sweet. It's like 60 to 90 cents per figure. And their stuff is good. It's like densely packed sprues. It's bang for your buck all over the place at War Games Factory. You probably heard of them. They had a sci-fi set called Great Coats out that actually sold out for a while, and I think they're back on top now in terms of inventory. They certainly had a lot at this. So yeah, we met their spokesperson. Weird Games, weirdgames.net. Those guys. So we met one of the owners, Eric, and we liked them a lot. They are great. They're just kind of bursting through that, top leagues barrier. So good for them. They had a great display. Their product is amazing. They're starting to come out with plastics, as you know from my overviews. In fact, you know really a lot of this stuff already. So I'm sure I'm missing like 10 different people, but I thought I'd give you kind of a follow-up. We are eager to, don't be shy about the size of your project. If you are ready to move forward and get an absolutely fantastic bulk deal, you could have 30,000 points of Warhammer models, and we would be ready to take those on. We're ready to go. We're more organized than ever, more dedicated than ever. Spirits are higher than ever. Our goals are better, clearer, more focused. Things are just flying in towards us to help us on our way. So I want to give a word of encouragement and hope to everybody who is listening to this. If life is not good, life gets better. Change this, and you can change everything around you. And I just want to give you a pat on the back and tell you that you are doing a good job. You have to lift yourself up to the next level. Whatever it is you're doing, you can do it. You can do it. So that's my business ramble for the week. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some inspiration. I hope you got some insight. And we will probably be talking a little bit more about Gen Con, and also putting in place the next shots. Oh yes, a little PS. Please tell me in the comments section what conventions you would recommend that we attend, and if you know anything about them, give me some pertinent information. For example, where are they? What types of games or genres do they promote, or do you find here? And lastly, what is the attendance of those conventions? Because right now I'm thinking we need to go from going to one convention a year to probably at least 10. And we're going to ramp it up. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.